This is Cambridge IGCSE paper 2, multiple choice questions, which is extended. The paper number is 0620 and it's 2023. October, November paper 2022, for 45 minutes, 10 target. So let's get into the question discussions. First up, which gas diffuses the most slowly? You can remember with lines, something like this. If a person is fat, that person moves slowly. Similarly, when molar mass increases, diffusion rate decreases. Why? That person has a lot of mass, so it's very difficult for that person to move. So we can calculate the molar mass of each of the substance. In the question, they have not given the molar mass of each of the species, but you should know it. These are common. That is, carbon it is 12, hydrogen is 1, nitrogen is 14, and oxygen is 16. CH4, that is methane, it is 16. Why? Carbon 12, and we have another 4 for hydrogen. Then CO2 is 44, this is very common. Hydrogen is 2, and ammonia is 17. You can calculate the molar mass by adding the molar mass of each of these species. Here you can see molar mass of carbon dioxide is higher, so the diffusion rate is much lower for carbon dioxide. Next question. In next question, they're talking about, it's a chromatographic question, and they're talking about RF values. What do you mean by RF? RF value means retention factor. It is the ratio of distance traveled by the solute divided by distance traveled by the solvent. So, and okay. So, in other words, you can say the speed of the dissolution of the solute and also be given in the RF value. Okay. So it's a different thing. We'll discuss it on another day. Yeah. You have to highlight the word, underline or whatever thing you should be able to note down this word. They are talking about pure substances. Okay. We will get to the point why it's important. Here they are asking which are the largest distance. So let's ignore the point that distance traveled by the solvent for a minute. So distance traveled by solute is the very important thing. When this one increases, RF value increases. So let's check which solute has moved the furthest. Obviously, you can say it's B. Okay, but B is the wrong answer. Why? They are talking about pure substances. In B, there are two substances. This is 1 and this is 2. Okay. So in D also it's same. There are two substances. So B and D cannot be taken as the answers. A and C can be taken, and among them C has moved this distance. So the answer is okay. Next one. The structure of sodium chloride can be presented as follows. Okay. It's a sodium chloride. Nothing else. It's a sodium chloride. The sodium chlorides form ionic catalysts. So we can say, we can eliminate the answers. Metals and nonmetal ions, no. Negative and electrons, no. What are the things forms ionic lattice? Ions. Especially cations, which are the positive ones, and anions, which are the negative ones. So no. Positive and negative, yeah, this must be the answer. Positive and electrons, no. Next one. Which two particles have the same electronic configuration? Okay. So don't get frightened by this word electronic structure or something. The only thing you have to find is which element or which species has same number of electrons. Carbon is obviously how much? Carbon is 6, right? Carbon is 6. We'll write on top of each element is much more easier to track it. Then carbon is 6. Oxygen is already 8, and you're adding another 10, another 2. That's why it's minus, so it's 10. So this is the answer. Fluorine is 9. 9 plus 1, it becomes 10. Sodium has 11. So this is the answer. Next one, K plus. K plus is how much? K plus is 19th element. 19th element means it's 80 because it has lost one. Sulfur. Sulfur is below oxygen and it is 16. 16 and that's taken 2. So it's 8. So answer is C. We'll check D also. Magnesium is 12th element, so it has 12. And sodium is 11, but it has lost 1. So it becomes 10. Obviously, this is fifth question. Which statement of isotopes of the same element are correct? Let's first understand what is an isotope. I obviously believe that you already know what is an isotope. This is the solution. Isotopes have same number of electrons and protons, but different number of neutrons. In other words, same chemical properties, but different physical properties. Okay? So, first tendency, they are atoms which have the same chemical property because they have the same number of electrons in the outer area. That's correct. That is correct. Second one, they are atoms which have the same number of electrons and neutrons but different number of protons. No. Different number of neutrons. So this is wrong. They are atoms which have same number of electrons and protons but different number of neutrons. Yes. 1 and 3 are correct. So answer is what is the total number of shared electrons in the molecule methanol? You should be able to draw the methanol molecule first of all. C H 3 branches, and one alcohol 2. Remember, a bond represents 2 shared electrons. For example, if I draw carbon and oxygen, this is the bond structure they are actually doing. Instead of drawing this part, we draw a straight line. So you can count how many bonds are there and multiply it by 2 to get the number of shared electrons. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 2 instead. So the answer is 10. 10 shared electrons are there. Which row about structures and uses of diamonds and graphite is correct? First one, which read the structure. Diamond is a giant covalent structure. Yes, it's correct. Diamond is used to make electrodes. No. Diamond doesn't conduct electricity, so second statement is false. Diamond has a simple covalent structure. We can accept it. Diamond is used to make cutting tools. Yes. Yeah, you can accept it, but let's go with the next one. Graphite has a giant covalent structure. This is acceptable. And graphite is used as a lubricant. This is much more acceptable than this one because diamond is not considered as a simple structure. It's actually, we call it as a giant structure. Let's recall how diamonds are arranged. One carbon atom is bonded to 4 different carbon atoms. So once I give a force here, this force is distributed among the other atoms, so it is much stronger. When it comes to graphite, it's layer. It's like this. At this, and below this also a single layer like this is there, and they are held by weak forces. So once you give a force to this up layer, this first layer, They will slide easily. So this is what good lubricant. The next question. Caffeine is a stimulant found in coffee. Yes, it's a very common one. Which formula represents caffeine? Okay, you can count number of carbons first. You can follow this order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 carbons. And how many hydrogens? 3, 6, 9, 10. 10 hydrogens. Let's go to hydrogens. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 nitrogens. Oxygens. 1, 2. Only 2. So which one is the most resembling one? C is most resembling 1.